Hello, neighbors. You've made it to the third quarter of 2023, and this is great because you have breath and you have your mind. So you have all the tools you need to create the life you desire. And this reading for July, August, and September will break down the upcoming planetary energy so that you can use the influence to your best advantage. So welcome to your reading. If you want to keep track of how the planetary energy personally affects you, please feel free to get your Astrology Daily Journal from my Amazon store. I always implore my clients to keep track of what's happening to them according to the planetary energy that's occurring. Not only is it a good way to reflect, but it's also an amazing way to look at your past to prepare for the future and use the energy to make power moves. I'll link the journal below in the description. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. With that said, let's get to the reading and see what the third quarter of 2023 has in store for you and how you can use the influence to manifest your goals and aspirations. Welcome, Pisces, to the third quarter of 2023. The affirmation that would be great for you to walk into the third quarter of this year with is, I believe in you, but I believe in me more. Let's get into it. So we start July with you being busy, getting stuff done for yourself and for others. People are looking up to you and have you on somewhat of a pedestal. During this time, try to be as authentic and true to you as possible. Do not oversell yourself because what you bring is enough. Also, by overselling yourself, you could be setting yourself up for when someone asks you to handle something you may not really be skilled at and it causes you to underperform. So just know what you have is enough. Anything else can be learned and acquired along the way, but try not to oversell. On the same lines of overselling, be mindful that you're not keeping what doesn't need to be kept. When it comes to your network, group affiliations, and or friend circle, if you're feeling underappreciated in these circles, don't try harder. Don't try harder having the mind frame of, hey, look at me. I'm getting the job done. I'm resourceful. Pay attention to me. If the affiliation is starting to feel like dead weight and lacking of appreciation, redirect your motivation. If your action is produced to benefit you, continue it, but try not to be driven by a motivation of validation. Learn to let that go. In mid-July, the North and South nodes switches signs into Aries and Libra axis, bringing more attention to your personal values and standards. Your income and how you take initiative to increase your monetary net worth will be a focus. When it comes to your finances, the shift will flow easier when you start moving in a way of what you can do for self as opposed to what others can do for you. How you build internal and external value will definitely be highlighted. Moving on, your demeanor has changed and will continue to change. You aren't as accessible as you were before. You take yourself more seriously, and in turn, people take you more seriously. This shifts the way in which you interact and do for others. You critique things a bit more intensely, and because of that, people are picking up on that energy and following suit and trying to judge what's really good with you. Change doesn't have to be a negative experience, so just be mindful if you realize that the change is coming off with a hint of resentment. Boundaries are good, but with newness, there comes a period of modification. So learn how to assert without coming off snappy. I don't think snappy is a good word. Just try to exert your sense of self and boundaries in a way that doesn't seem too political and off-putting to others. Keep the essence of yourself that makes you relatable, but make sure that those that want the goodness from you know there are standards that must be met to be able to access it. So the work you've been putting in for yourself and others reap rewards during this period. Whether it is social rewards, monetary rewards, material rewards, emotional fulfillment rewards, it reaps rewards. There is a pleasantry in the area when it comes to your routine, your daily life, but that will slow down a bit when Venus retrogrades from July 23rd to September the 4th. Things that were flowing easy may not wave as freely, and that's okay. Certain routines will need to be revisited, reworked, and changed or discarded during this time. Rewards may not flow as easy as well, causing you to train yourself to continue to proceed even if your actions are not immediately reinforced. Now, while you're going through changes with self, it's not going to take you long to align with changes and align with others. And August proves to be a good month for that. You're really presented with opportunities to shine in your social circles. Your communication is great and you're able to really empathize with others and make great strides in your collaborations and your relations. The energy of judgment switches to helpfulness from you and for those you interact with. It's a blessed month for building rapport, relationships, and being presented with rich opportunities stemming from it. Opening up your social circle exposes you to new things, ideas, concepts, and more new people. Once your mind is exposed, the way you communicate and express changes. This change is so good when it comes to interjecting newness in your own partnerships. It helps when starting new business ventures that requires collaboration. August overall is a beautiful month, but you will have events providing reminders that you are enough and you don't need to oversell. Don't do it in your daily, don't do it at work, and especially do not do it in your relationships. This can cause arguments that seem like you are coming from deceit or a bad place, but your intentions are coming from a pure place. You don't need to oversell yourself. So we have another Mercury retrograde upon us happening from August 23rd to September 15th. For the Pisces that have legal matters pending, scrutinize all paperwork. For those that have business dealings, back up your work stemming from your collaborations. Back up work, communication, emails, and create a screenshot file. For the Pisces that are in relationships, misunderstandings are likely during this time. You are aware of the energy, so limit your back and forth, especially with contentious communication. Come from a place of understanding because you know better, so do better. Try to limit the people that try to crawl through the cracks and come back with their same course of actions. If they didn't meet your standards before, don't give second chances for them not to meet your standards again. For those that are in relationships or are wanting to be in relationships, but misunderstandings prevented that, it's time to review and address the issues to see if it's something that can be resolved in a way that allows you to push forward. So Pisces, you end August with such beautiful energy that materializes into tangible talent and gifts that create a sense of ease for just not you, but for the people and partners that are blessed to be in your orbit. You are reaping rewards gained from your good deeds and work. There's a veil of accomplishment that cloaks you, and the best thing about this is it shows up as a gift and an accolade for you and in your partnerships. You have an aura of prestige that exudes through your talents, and people benefit from it, making you resourceful. Remember earlier in the reading, I said to act and be motivated from how it can benefit you and not validation? Well, when you act in accordance to your needs, that validation will come naturally and trust. It will really bring more positivity to you. This is the energy. When you stop focusing on other people, that is when people appreciate you and everything you come with. By the time September rolls around, you are taking your physical rewards and you are allocating it to other areas. For example, if someone entrusted you with finances, you are repaying their trust in you, whether it be by paying it forward in favor or repaying debt. Now, when it comes to physical interactions with people you are bonded with on an intimate level, there could be some resistance there. Something has been taken to heart, something you take seriously that is creating a barrier to how you connect during this time. Being that you're one of the most intuitive signs, trust your instinct and do not connect until the energy clears for you. Jupiter retrogrades in your third house. So as I mentioned early in the reading, the way you express and the way your mind is expanded is one of your greatest benefits during the third quarter of this year. However, when Jupiter retrogrades from September the 4th to December 31st, you may experience foot and mouth syndrome. So this time you will have to take more time to process your thoughts before you express your views, especially if your views are considered expansive and outside the box. The way you express may present stumbling blocks when you're trying to connect. You may struggle to create a bond when you're trying to make others see things your way. Also, if seeking funding for your projects, be mindful on how you present your views because it can make or break your presentation and in turn, your opportunities. This brings us to the end of your reading, and I will see you in a few for your October, November, and December reading. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below about the energy you encountered so far in 2023 and the progress you've made. As mentioned in the beginning of the reading, you can grab a copy of your Astrology Daily Journal. The link will be in the description below. This will help you to keep track of what's happening in your life based on the astrological planetary influence. And until then, flow with the energy and take every blessing and opportunity the universe has in store for you. Peace and prosperity to you, and we'll chat soon.